Okay, guys. Look at me, we've got another sit-down video. I love me a good TBR though. So, usually I have everything lined up. I'm gonna read this book this month, this month. This one comes after this. Like, I always have a plan. But recently, I've not really been inspired by the weather that's going on right now. There's a lot of back and forth. So, to actually get me excited for spring and summer, I figured we could do some spring and summer reads for my TBR. So I've noticed that I've been doing this thing where I'll think about a book that I'm actually excited to read, and then I'll think, no, Kelsey, that would be so much more fun in the summer, by the pool, in the sun. I just feel like spring, summer equals easy feel-good reads. So that's kind of what I'm going for with this. But per usual, I've got them separated into categories. We've got mystery thriller, we've got romance, we've got fiction, nonfiction, fantasy, gang's all here, maybe manga. I don't feel like spring, summer really screams manga, but there's some maybes, there's some potential. So to start off first, I figured I'd start with mystery/thriller because this is the only book that I actually have physically on this whole TBR list. So I got lucky. I've been wanting to read this for a while. It's one of Reese Witherspoon's book club picks. And after I read Where the Crawdads Sing, I said, yes, ma'am. I trust you. So if this one's good, I feel like Anyways, I feel like I'll continue to find books from her book club picks because 2 out of 2, that's pretty good odds. So my understanding of this one is that it's a heist type thing. I want to go in knowing as little as possible, just because that's usually my preference for books, but absolutely for mystery books or things where the plot is very, you gotta think it through. So the line on the back, without reading the actual synopsis, it says, what if you had the winning ticket that would change your life forever, but you couldn't cash it in? Don't know what that means, but we're gonna find out. Also, just the color scheme. The color scheme of this book screams summer. Ah, what a nice surprise. So the only other one that I have in this category is Where the Forest Meets the Stars. I had a friend recommend this to me recently, and surprise, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so that's super convenient. Okay, if this is the one I'm thinking it is, the way she explained it to me was it's kind of a mystery, and then it hits this turn, and you're like, didn't realize it was gonna be that type of book. What's happening right now? And it gets crazy. I love that. The back of the book isn't exactly giving that away, but I think that's intentional. But again, I would like to know as little as possible going into these. Okay, so now to go into romance. Y'all already know I'm not the biggest romance reader. I'm not the biggest rom-com galley. However, there are a few that I like. One of them being Beach Read. I loved Beach Read so much. The banter was so good. I absolutely think Emily Henry deserved the hype for that one, so I want to read all the rest of her books. They just scream, I'm sitting on the beach, I'm sitting by the pool, I've got an easy read, I'm relaxed. That's what she makes me think of. So from her, we've got People We Meet on Vacation, Book Lovers, and Happy Place, which is her new release. I think it came out maybe this month or last month, next month, I don't know. From the ones that have released already though, I've heard that they don't exactly live up to Beach Read. I don't even need it to be 5 stars. I just need to enjoy a silly little time and just like get the summer feels. And you know, I feel like they'll deliver on that. So I'm not really worried about it. Then I have been deeply influenced by Sarah Caroli. I want to read the Magnolia Park series so badly. I think I might hate it. There's like a big chance that I might hate it, but there's a big enough chance that I'll be obsessed with it that I want to read it. I think I'm gonna read this as soon as I finish Kingdom of Ash, which, you know, y'all already know about that. But this want to read the Magnolia Parks Daisy Hates shebang that's going on right now started with seeing the second Daisy Hates book cover and falling in love with it. I'm obsessed with it. It's all over Bookstagram and Book Talk and everything. It's just so pretty. Like, come on. So I'm really crossing my fingers that I like the series because I have to get to that book. I have to own that book. It is a summer requirement. So now on to just like general fiction books. So one of the most hyped up books of the year has been Lessons in Chemistry. From my understanding, it's a book about a woman that works in STEM in the past when it was a lot more difficult for women in that industry. And of course it was very male dominated. So it's about like her and her contributions and her experience having to deal with all of those things. That's my understanding of it. Yet again, the cover, so summer, so summery. This is actually one that I don't mind getting in hardback. Not the biggest fan of hardbacks, but I feel like I could make an exception for this one. I feel like it fits the aesthetic of it, you know what I mean? Couldn't tell you why, but I feel like it does. Another extremely hyped book of this past year, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Again, I try to go in as blind as possible. My understanding is that it's video game developers. There might be a romance between them, I don't know. Outside of that, I really don't know anything about this, but oh my gosh, the amount of people that I've seen rave about it. Also, are we seeing a theme here? Super summery cover. You can't put waves on the cover and not think summer book. Okay, next. I feel like I have put this on every TBR I have ever done. I'm getting to it this year. I'm doing it. No, but I am. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Obviously this is a summary book. No explanation needed. An explanation you would like? Don't worry. I will still give you one. Malibu in 1983. It's the day of Nina's annual end of summer party. Everyone wants to be around them because they're famous. And there's a bunch of secrets going on. The party gets out of control. Oh my gosh, the mansion goes up in flames. This is a detailed summary. Is that a spoiler? I hope not. Anyways, everybody at this party's got their own little secrets going on, and I'm assuming we figure them out. But after watching so many reading vlogs about this one, I do know that the chapters are separated by hours. So this entire book happens in one day, I'm pretty sure. But that just sounds so good. Also, I have yet to read any Taylor Jenkins Reid yet, so I am really curious to see if I like her writing, because I feel like people give a lot of mixed opinions about her books in general and then also specific books of hers, but I feel like I've heard really good things about this one. Speaking of though, I also want to read Carrie Soto's Back. So I don't know what it was, but I watched a reading vlog from Destiny Sidwell recently. I have seen every book girly talk about this book, and I don't know what it was about that one. It just really hit me, the whole aesthetic ambiance of the sports world for tennis. I just thought, oh my god, summer. Yes. Also, a little bit of a breather. I think that I'm putting myself on like a fantasy hangover. So I just heard her talk about this book and I was like, I have to read this in the summer. So I think that one will be really refreshing and sporty and stuff. So I feel like that would be really fun. But if you didn't know, Carrie Soto's back. Carrie Soto, she's the best of the best in the tennis world. She retires and then her record is broken by someone. And she says, absolutely not. I'm coming out of retirement and I'm reminding everybody that I'm the best. So pop off. I like it. Now I only have one nonfiction on my list for nonfiction. I would like to add more, but right now, the only nonfiction that's on my radar specifically for summer is Pamela Anderson's biography. It's called Love, Pamela, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's an autobiography, just a biography. I love Pam Anderson. I've seen her on Broadway. I got my playbill signed by her. Coin. And when I did this, it was last summer. So I feel like if I read her biography, I'll just be thinking about that the whole time. Not sure if that makes sense, but also Baywatch. So yeah, no, summer book. Okay, is there manga on Kindle Unlimited? I guess I've never really thought about that. There is. Anyways, the really short list that I have for manga reads in the spring, summer, one is the Spy Family books. I went to Target and I bought this the other day because I've just been so anxious recently and thinking about reading this. It's just good vibes. It's just a head empty, no thoughts, good feelings. It's so cute. So I got it because I figured that it would give me something to read, give me something to do, but put me at ease at the same time. Not be super like intense or anything. Yeah, I love these. They're so cute. So any of the Spy Family books. And then also Orange. Now I heard about this from Mel Reads. I feel like I get a ton of recommendations from her. I'm pretty sure it's a romance. I can double check. But for some reason, I just thought about the cover and it's so pretty and very spring that I want to read it. And also, as far as the manga books that I have read, they've all been very, outside of Spy Family, they've been very spooky, very like intense. So I was like, a cute little romance. That sounds really nice. Okay, so for volume 1, it says it's about a kid that's starting the 11th grade, so I guess that's what, junior year of high school? She receives a letter from herself 10 years in the future, and she thinks it's a prank, whatever. I guess it's not. Ooh, the letter's predictions come true one by one. And her future self tells her that a new transfer student will join her class and that she needs to watch over him and save him from a terrible future. Okay, this is jogging my memory now. This sounds good. But the covers just look so cute. I'm honestly really curious to see what it looks like on Kindle. I'm gonna download the sample. That's actually really cool. You can double click on one of the panels and it'll expand it to the whole screen. Wow. They just look so cute. I will say, as far as formatting, it's a bit small in some of them, but I think that's why you can expand it. But it looks cute. Not me doing an entire Kindle tutorial. Okay, I gotta stop because I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. Okay, moving on. So going on to fantasy, because I would say first and foremost, a fantasy girly. And I'm loving that everyone is starting to really dive deep into their fantasy girly eras. I support it. I love it. It just gives me a ton of book recommendations for myself. So thank you. So as we know, I am finishing the Throne of Glass series, which love. But I did do the tandem read right before this. This is like 1,000 pages long. I'm getting a little burnt out. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna revisit. I just wanna keep it a little bit of a smaller selection in the recent future because I don't wanna burn myself out too bad on it. Like, I still need to read Hellbent. I'm kind of planning on doing that in the fall. I don't know, it's just, you know, you get it. Fantasy is just very fall, winter feels. So the only ones I have on this list is The Starless Sea. So this one I got from Mel Reads. I love her. She raves about this book. She always talks about the lyrical writing. I know I put it on my 2023 TBR because of her. So I was thinking maybe I could get to it in the summer. Just thinking about like reading something really lyrical and whimsical. I don't know. It just, also it says sea in it. Beach. Summer vibes. So there's potential there. Outside of that, no idea what it's about. Another fantasy, the Once a Broken Heart series, because I know that the third one is supposed to come out in sometime in the fall, maybe October. So I was thinking maybe like late summer I could read this, and then I would be ready for the third book if I ended up liking them. Also kind of romancy. Then this one I added maybe 5 minutes before I started this video, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Of course, I've seen this all over Book Talk, all over BookTube, Bookstagram, all the things. People are saying it's kind of like ACOTAR. Some people are saying it's not like ACOTAR, it's like Hunger Games, but there's vampires, which again, typically I would push off to the fall. But it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I just thought, if I start to run out of books, I don't know what I want to read, boom, right here, easy. And it's a duology, I'm pretty sure. There's 2 books out, that I know that much. This TBR video felt kind of short. I feel like usually they're massively long. This is a little bit more realistic though. I feel like it's realistic for me to get through the majority of these books, if not all of them. So I'm excited to see what the spring and summer bring. Besides that, gonna see you girlies later. Bye!